Kat Von D exposes New Age practice and opens up about her Christian conversion on Allie Beth Stuckey new podcast. Okay, if you guys aren't keeping up with the Kat Von D story, it's very interesting. She kind of comes from some New Age occult type practice, and she recently had a public conversion of faith, coming to Jesus, getting baptized, highlighting that. And some people had some negative criticism for her, but overall, it's been very refreshing to see this entire journey. And so we're going to get into a clip. This is from the 37:20 mark of her podcast with Allie Beth Stuckey. Go check out the full thing. I think it's very interesting. But this one specific part where she dives in on the New Age nonsense that a lot of people are falling into.
But I will say that my husband and I, we look at the Rolodex of friends that we have, and the ones that are dictating their life through that, and they're making life decisions through tarot or through, some of the witchcraft stuff, like even the meditation stuff, or like, and I'm going to definitely offend a lot of people, but like the ayahuasca trips or the meditation camps and silent retreat.
Ayahuasca is like super popular right now. Everyone's doing it. Joe Rogan's talking about it. So this is definitely the latest thing. So she's saying her friends are into this stuff. And as she's examining some of the things that they're doing, she's finding this pattern, if you will.
All the things that I used to do, except I never did ayahuasca, but like, they're all so miserable.
Yeah.
And like, they're the most broke people. Usually most of them are single. They don't have stability. And I'm talking about like both financial and like the love around them.
Did she just call them broke boys?
She just called them broke boys.
She just called all the New Agers doing ayahuasca broke boys.
Said they're broke boys.
With no financial stability.
They're lonely. They have no Riz.
They got no Riz. Yo, she turned up. She did not care. I like this energy from her. More of this, please. Keep going.
Right.
There's always this drama and dread and doom and gloom. And I was one of them,
Yeah.
And it's like, that's one thing that I would look around at my Christian friends and I'm like, they're not perfect by any means.
Yeah.
But I want what you have, like I love the light that you have. And it's like, so we're like, let's not be dummies anymore. And let's just like figure out what this obviously hasn't worked for us,
This obviously hasn't worked for us. Pursuing spirituality without God obviously doesn't work. And I think sometimes we just need someone that's coming from this world to just say it and not sugarcoat it, not try to sauce it up, not try to politically correct it, and just say, look, guys, this is nonsense. This is not working. It's not helpful. You're a broke boy, okay? And let's do better. Okay. And so I greatly appreciate her candor here. I think it's super refreshing. I think it's super helpful because there's a lot of people stuck in this. Like I know sometimes in our own Christian ecosystem and everybody's doing it. You'd be surprised how many people are into crystals, how many people are into vibes, how many people are into energy, horoscopes, all this stuff that people are into. It is so prevalent. And no one's really calling it out like this. And I'm not saying she's doing this like call out style of content because I'm sure she's much more gentle with people in her real life, but I really appreciate her candor.
Explore this. And so that's kind of like my whole perspective on it. I think again, like I have no intentions of cutting off my friends that I don't necessarily agree with or don't see things the same way. I don't think Jesus would either. And so it's like, because I got a lot of criticism after I posted that baptism video, and I think that like Christians when you do that, you don't realize how much harm you're doing. Like I would look at a lot of the comments that I got, and they were really cruel and very, very annoyingly holier than thou. And I would look at some of them and say, okay, let's look at like what is to be gained from this comment. Like who does it help? Like to be a know-it-all? Like who does it help?
Pause that real quick. I think it's so unfortunate how sometimes the community of people that should be the most gracious, the most humble, the most aware of how much we've been saved from. Okay, sure. Some of you guys weren't, doing ayahuasca and playing with crystals. Fine. Okay. But you know that when no one else is around, you without Jesus is a mess. And the fact that we don't have the self-awareness and the humility to extend that to other people like her who's been going through this process, but not only is she going through the process, she's bold about the process, and she's actually going out of her way to get Christians into church. non-Christians in the church, right? Her friends that are non-Christian, she's still connected to them. She's still evangelizing. She's still sharing. You know, I think it's so refreshing. And so it's just so unfortunate that I think Christians are usually very excited to like shoot their own. Like the amount of friendly fire we have in our communities is so sad and so toxic.
Does it help me? Does it help all my other followers following?
Right. Is it helpful? Is it helpful? Like, is the stuff that's spewing out of your Twitter fingers or your X fingers? Like that doesn't work as well. Twitter fingers much better. Is it helpful? Is it hopeful? Is it encouraging? Is it truthful? Or is it just hypercritical? Is it nitpicky? Ooh, when he baptized you, you let a part of your wrist didn't fully submerge, so that's not a valid baptism. There's little people commenting that to her.
Yikes.
So I'm glad that she's standing firm and being able to speak truthfully to both sides.
And like witnessing the judgment and the criticism and definitely of not knowing the other person, you know, like it was like, oh, well, she's a baby Christian, so, you know, you should cut her some slack. It's like, I'm not a baby Christian. I mean, I just recently got baptized, but like, I'm not like, this didn't happen yesterday. Like I have an understanding of a lot of the things that people are talking about. Like, I'm not going to dress like how you think I'm going to dress. Like nothing's changing in that department. Like even like with like the you know, the music that I make or some of the content that I make, it's like, it's not for you, you know, it's not for you. You have no idea how many DMs that I got from like other goth kids that are in the same boat as I was. They're going, man, I'm at this crossroad and I want to go back to church, but like, I don't have a church to go to. Or I feel like even within my own family unit, people have like, I'm an outcast and like, and I'm trying to make my way back to Jesus, but like these people, you know, like, thank you for doing that, you know? And it's like, so I don't have any intention on like conforming to what somebody's like uniform or what their idea of darkness is, you know, because I don't think I'm a dark person. I wear dark clothes, but like I like people's like definition of darkness is a lot different, you know.
Good. Don't remain who you are. I think sometimes we conflate the internal transformation of what happens in someone's heart to someone's life and actions and the repentance of what follows salvation to then needing to conform to this Christian bubble subculture where everyone dresses the same and has like the bumper stickers and all the super duper. We need more people like her to remain steadfast in where God has her planted, in speaking to the people who God has her speaking to, in maintaining a presence in the marketplace. And to her point, the boldness came years later, right? Because apparently she, in her profession of this, she said that, you know, I've been saved. The baptism was just a public declaration of it. I've been walking with Jesus. The baptism was just a public declaration of it. And so I loved this conversation. Shout out to Allie Beth Stuckey and just her relationship building with her. I think this was refreshing. I think we need more of this. And by the way, this doesn't just have to be like celebrities that get saved that have massive platforms. Like, what about you and I in our personal lives? What about you and I at our quote unquote secular jobs or secular schools or with our non-Christian family members? Holidays are coming up. There's going to be those tense conversations around the dinner table for Thanksgiving and for Christmas. What about us in those environments? And can we be frank and speaking truth? Because we love people, we want to give them truth, but can we be gracious to them at the same time and not burn down bridges, but build bridges instead? One of the best ways that I've been able to do that is actually preemptively praying for my family members that I'm going to come in contact and before the holidays so that God would begin to soften their heart and soften my heart to speak to them. And one of the best ways you could do that is through our Bless God prayer journal. We got it in black and tan. You could pick these up right now at blessgodprayer.com. This is prayer.shop. This is a great way for you just to structure out your prayers a bit. I love doing these, and I would start praying for the people in your life that you want to see touched by God, the people in your life that you've been praying, because it's so hard to share with our family members around the holidays. So you can start doing that now. Go to blessgod.shop, pick yours up, or if you can't afford it, you can go to blessgodpdf.shop and get yours now. All right, I'll see you guys over there. Peace.